Here, I got a package to open. I bought some gold. I'm going to show you, but I had a really quick public service announcement that you might want to make sure, since the first of the year's coming around, there's some crypto changes with the highest in, first out, HIFO or FIFO. You might want to check your exchange settings because I think a lot of people are going to get destroyed from this. Because if your settings are a certain way, I'm not a tax professional, by the way, but you before the first of the year, you may need to be doing just clicking some buttons. How about that? I double checked on my Coinbase account, and it is set for HIFO, highest in, first out, because there's a big difference in taxes. So if you bought a Bitcoin, let's say you bought one Bitcoin at $1,000. It's 93,000 now. And you bought a second Bitcoin at 126,000, like a couple months ago. And the one you bought for $1,000, you took off the exchange, put it on your Trezor, and you go, that's my retirement. And put it away for retirement, and it's worth $93,000 now. The one you bought at $126,000 a couple months ago, now you've taken a loss. You can sell that. Again, I'm not a CPA. Don't take any of this as advice. But you bought it at 126, now it's 93, you sell it, and then rebuy it quickly, you just realized a $30,000 loss. So you can write that off on your taxes. But if your settings are FIFO, first in, first out, when you sell that Bitcoin that you bought for $126,000 for $93,000, you don't get the loss. You pay taxes on the gain from the $1,000 one up to $93,000. So you're paying tax on $83,000. You're 40 grand. You got to write a check for 40 grand to the IRS. So it's either get a little bit more back in taxes or write a check for $40,000. You pick. I don't know. I'm not an expert, obviously, on this, but I checked my crypto.com account, and I couldn't figure out any way to change it or to figure out what status I'm in. Because you set that, right? You set the status right when you sign up for the exchange. And so I've been on several text chats with them, and they're like, no, you're set to first in, first out, FIFO. I'm like, well, I shouldn't be. It needs to change to HIFO, and they can't do it. There's no way to, it's like, sorry, they're all like that. Like, okay, well, I guess it's going to be bad for you. Come April 15th, there's going to be a lot of people writing these $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 checks to the government and canceling their crypto.com account, I'm sure. So anyway, something to watch out for. So if you have money in centralized exchanges, you need to figure out how you're going to deal with this, because I think the changes are coming on January 1st, so you got a couple weeks. And if you bought crypto and moved it onto a hardware wallet thinking, oh, I lost my crypto, it's not going to work. The IRS has got way more money than you, and they're going to figure it out. They already have the capability of figuring it out. They've had that since 2013. But anyway, I'll show you some gold here. Hang on one sec. All right, so I got a package from Bullion Exchanges, and I'm a little bit late with this. I ordered it too late. This is my pickup for the 1 gram gold challenge, and I got something else. I got two pieces of gold in here. One is cooler than the other. Actually, I think both of them are kind of cool. So I'm doing this experiment where I buy 1 gram of gold per month for 31 months to see how much it costs to buy a full ounce of gold 1 gram at a time. And it's going to be during a bull market. Here's my Kershaw leak. So it's been turning out really good. It ends up being about the same as saving up and buying a 1 ounce gold piece. So let's see. I wonder if they got the price. They do have the pricing here. So instead of doing what I normally do and going for the absolute cheapest 1 gram silver, I spent the extra $3 because I'm sick of those little Valcambi raw things. And I even mentioned to the Kansas kid, I'm like, hey, instead of cutting your stuff out of the assay cards to put them in the capsules, I'll just trade you your assayed ones for my raw Valcambis. It's probably not as cool that way, but anyway, here's what I got. So instead of a Valcambi, I paid an extra $3. So I did increase my premium or my cost. And so here, let's zoom. This is a Perth Mint. And I'm not sure. Oh, this is the Diwali. Is it D-I-W-A-L-I? Lakshmi? L-A-K-S-H-M-I? I'm not really familiar with Indian stuff, but really cool detail on these. And it feels a little cloudy because there's like this iPhone film on it. Backside, you see 1 gram. These are really cool looking bars, but I figured I'd rather have it in the assay card. It looks cooler. It does help the resale value. If I wanted to sell this to somebody else, to have it in the assay card. And this cost, before I show you the other piece of gold I got, let me throw this paper down here and figure out where my pen is. There we go. This is, I started off this experiment by doing it for 1 year, for 12 months. Look at these, $75 grams. How much would that be? 75 times 31.1 grams to an ounce, $2,332 per troy ounce. Buying it a gram at a time. So I don't have that many months left to go. Look at that. So June, I'm done. Wow, that's a fast 31 months. So we got this Perth D-I-W-A-L-I. And I paid the most, I think I paid for a 1 gram gold bar ever, $150.92. 150.92 times 31.1, $4,693 per troy ounce if I was to buy a whole ounce of gold in 1 gram bars, which I would never do that, but. So I got November done. I've got to order in December, and if you're not subscribed, you're going to want to see January. There's a reason the flights are booked to Thailand, so I'm going to specifically pick something up there just to give some variety and an excuse to write off the trip. Anyway, the second piece of gold I got was a 1/10 ounce piece of gold, and it is an Engelhard Prospector, 1/10 ounce. These are the new 2025, so these are a little bit higher premium because they're piggybacking on the Engelhard name, which has become collectible. Wow, let me zoom in on this. This is looking cooler than I thought it would. But I want to get something just a little bit more interesting. And I just did a video, about how many I regret buying the little ice cream cone pieces. The higher premium stuff. Come on, focus. Focus, baby. I guess it's kind of focused. 24 karat, 1/10 ounce. I keep flipping it like a coin, but if it'll focus, we can see that it says 2025 on there, American Gold Prospector. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm not a big Engelhard collector like many of my vintage silver buddies here on YouTube, but I thought it was kind of cool looking. It's an excuse to grab a little bit more, and it was only $457, so $4,578 per troy ounce. So it's a little bit of a premium, and I'm not really buying that much gold and silver anymore. I'll buy vintage silver art bars or like an occasional 1 ounce here or there, but I'm not buying any 10 ounce Queen's Beast or Tudor Beast stuff. But I thought it was cool. So this is the December, or this is the November one. I just got day before yesterday, so I was a little bit late on ordering. So I'm going to try and get the December one ordered by tomorrow, hopefully, and so I can unbox it in December. And then January is going to be, I'm going to hunt for one in Thailand while we're there. We've already got the flights booked, and I was just seeing my phone blow up over there. Some text messages from Dylan and Ninja about what we're doing there. And that's about it. Also, I'm going to do a video on having a bespoke suit made in Thailand. Just more reasons to make some content. Anyway, I hope you're having an awesome day. Let me know what you think, and I hope you can get your crypto settings right, and just do a little research and figure it out. You're responsible for yourself. Nobody's going to come save you. Expect to self-rescue. And at the end of the video, I'm going to check the description. I'm going to put a link to Economic Ninja and his report on that. Are you HIFO or FIFO? Click the link in the description to the Economic Ninja's video. Have a great day. Are you bored?